You want to start off?
This is so weird. Okay, everyone. How's everyone's Monday going? We got a big family today. It'll be probably like a 20-minute podcast today. We got a lot to go over. So let's get started.
All right. Since we got everyone here, we're all officers.
Yeah, let me introduce a couple of our guests. So my name is Daniel, president of Running Club. My co-host, Thomas Kawase, vice president. We have Issa Pineda, who's external communications director, internal communications director, Sam Avalos, and as well as our event planner, Natalia Garcia.
Yeah. So I just want to have like a quick conversation how just being an officer at Running Club has developed us as a runner, as a person, just in general. Just so like Natalia, do you think you've noticed like anything you've learned something about like being an officer at Running Club?
I would say it helped me a lot just with like time managing, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's helped me like motivate me in a lot of ways, like being a part of the running club.
Yeah, I feel like being a part of the team, it's like you could see how like conflict is so difficult to work with when it's just like a whole club and like maybe a couple people are late, everyone's gonna have to wait and stuff like that, I guess. Like Sam, you got anything that like you've learned from being an officer?
Well, since this is gonna be my second time being an officer, the first time I just learned like how to like manage myself, keep everything on track, and just learn how to become more organized in a sense, and just have fun with it.
Yeah, I feel like it's just fun, honestly. Like if you're doing something you like it's not really work. Like how about you, Issa? Just like for you, it's like this is actually your first quarter being an officer. So, is there anything that you've noticed, like?
Yeah, even when I was an officer, like Running Club definitely made me like change up how I like structured my whole schedule. Like before, I was just like kind of like struggling to find out like what I had to do during the day. But once I had like Running Club, it allowed me to like space out my time better, and like I actually like timed out everything to like the minute of like every day because like I had something to do.
Yeah. I feel when you have a schedule, it's just like you can be more productive, I feel like.
Absolutely. I feel like it's definitely two sides, right? You start with like being a member and saying one thing, and then you really go behind the scenes when you become an officer here, right? And learn all about student life, how to manage this organization, how to motivate people, and try to own up to your responsibilities, right?
Yeah, like when I first started, like when I first joined Running Club, I already knew like I really enjoyed running. So like I was kind of focused on myself, like, oh yeah, I want to improve, I want to hit these goals and shit. You know what I mean? But then like becoming an officer it's just like opened my mind to like I could be doing the same shit that I did before being an officer, but it helps out like a bunch of people. Like it helps out people hit their goals, like people just you know what I mean, like because some people it's like their first 5K like when they join Running Club, and it's like for me that's like opened my mind to like we could literally just show people something that we've enjoyed like our entire life. So I feel like that's like what I've like experienced. Pretty cool. Like Dan, how about you? Like something?
Yeah, definitely. Like starting off of like honestly, when I started Running Club, it was just Natalia and you, man.
Yeah,
we were
literally.
like the OG first years, right? And now it's a lot different. Now it's definitely changed a lot in terms of like development in here for the past 3 years, right? So we started off as members and then seeing like the different types of leaderships, right? And also getting to know about like UC Riverside in general.
All right, so as officers, like for all our like non-runner listeners, like Natalia, do you have any like advice that you could give him being an officer, talking to someone who might be interested in running but they haven't started yet? Like
I would say just like general advice for like anyone looking to join.
Yeah,
I would say just join like just come to any one of our practices.
I see. Like,
And like it's it's easier to run that way because you gotta have someone run with you,
yeah,
and it's just a lot easier to stay motivated, and it's kind of like a commitment thing once you have friends in the running club.
yeah, I definitely agree
Yeah.
with that. Like, how about you, Sam? To like like someone who hasn't been running.
I would just talk with them and maybe just get to know them. Like, I think, say, like, we're doing a tabling event and somebody who's interested but hasn't started, I would just, like, guess talk about some experiences that I've had and then maybe find, like, any common interests that we might have together. And then it would encourage them to come to the practice because of, say, that they met me at tabling, they're like, oh, I know Sam, I'll go because, well, she talked with me, she's very nice. And during practices, we can, like, run and then get to know each other more at the same time because the goal is to, like, try to build a sense of community with that person and knowing that if they can build community with one officer, they can build a sense of community with everyone else.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, I feel like when someone joins the running club and they become like a real running club member, like someone who consistently joins, I feel like they're also like just a friend of mine.
It's very effortless, to be honest
Yeah,
with you,
yeah,
right? Like we're all just friends out here, right? We've done so many different things, and just feels like a hangout. It doesn't feel like running club anymore. Also, we also like go out and eat, right? We do more than it's just really more than just running. Everything about it.
Yeah, like hikes, movies, and everything. Yeah, it's just it becomes like effortless when it's a community. I feel like how about you, Isa? For any
Yeah, I would say like running club is like half running and then half like the people who you run with. Like I would tell the person who's like barely joining, like even if you don't run, like you're still gonna make like connections that you wouldn't have before. And like it's not like the connections like maybe like for your future, but just like connections that will help you like through college. Like these people will like give you advice, so like be there for you. And it's like you can't find that almost anywhere on campus, you know? Just like people who you like instantly click with and like have like the same drive, you know?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's for me. It's just like
It's the passion.
Yeah,
It's definitely the
I have
passion.
a passion for running. So if I could find someone who has the same passion for something that I have a passion for, it's just like boom, like
Yep. Clicks.
literally, like cause I could run all day. You know what I mean? Like, and there's probably someone else that's down to run all day with. So, all right. So I have kind of like a juicy question. But this is
What?
this is for the females. I guess we could do like the opposite, but like for the females, like would you say that you would be like being a runner? Would you be more interested in a guy that was a runner as well, or do you think it doesn't matter?
I would say for me, like I think it's like yeah, I would probably prefer someone who runs over someone who doesn't.
Yeah,
Because
just like
Yeah.
it just shows like they're like motivated, I guess, and they're like interested in like staying healthy and just
yeah, I definitely see that. Like,
yeah.
how about you, Sam?
Yeah, same here. Like, depends. Like, even if they do run for a little bit or do other sports, it's fine. But I'm like, as long as you can, like, maybe do running with me, that'd be good because I just want to stay healthy and just make sure my partner is healthy as well.
It's confirmed.
No, it's the same thing. Here's some like I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of my friends like are runners, right? I love people who have the same the background as us, right? And like there's some people who are not in the running club, like for instance, Chelsea, you and Ivy Way. Like they love running too, but like they haven't like they kind of lost it. I want to get everyone back there, right? Our viewers who've done running as a history or a background, right? Or you already have a little bit taste of what we do, right? So definitely come out. And yeah, I definitely feel like it's a friendship thing. Like it's just like a bond. And that's what's
It's
like
easier to bond when someone who has like the same interests and passions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so let's switch it up. Like Issa, what do you think about like a females? Do you think you would be in a girl more just because she runs, or like doesn't really matter?
Personally, I think it's really attractive when I find a girl who can also run. Like, I don't know. It's like, it's almost like a personality trait. I don't know. It's like it's nice, but I would say like they don't even have to be like a runner. Like if they're just like passionate about like something, like I would say like if they're like into like soccer or like I don't know some other type of like sport, that's also kind of like attractive to me. It's like they're kind of into something and like it's
Yeah,
nice and like especially if they can go to the gym with me.
that's
That's
true.
also nice.
Yeah, like personally, I feel like it'd be dope if she was good at running, but I don't think she can keep up with me. So
What are you referring to, man?
Yeah.
I don't think she can keep. I don't think there's like that many girls who can keep up with me. So as long as you're doing your shit. But
I have a question for the girls. Is it hard? Because like I know that some of the female runners they usually ask me for like hair ties, right? Like, is it really difficult to like have like long hair and right?
yeah, like what do you do if you don't have a hair tie?
I usually make sure I have a hair tie because I can't run with my hair down. That just like would drive me crazy, just having it in my face.
Yeah. Like
It's
no,
not-
so like if you didn't have it, you wouldn't run. Like you have to go back and get a hair tie.
I ran without a hair tie maybe like once, and it's not nice.
I see. How about you, Sam?
I think it just depends, like exactly how long the girl's hair is. Because if it's like super short, like
Yeah.
they're fine without hair tie. And then, but if it's like kind of long hair, because in high school for like a cross country meet, I've seen like 2 star runners from like other schools. They ran like hair similar to mine right now, just like that, and they say it just doesn't bother them. But I think for some, it just depends on you. Like if it doesn't bother you, it's fine. But it's always good to like carry an extra hair tie or two just in case. And sometimes I would always carry an extra one in case someone needs it, and I just let them keep it in the end.
Yeah, I see. I mean, like we don't have to deal with that. Like I just put a hat on. My hair's messy, and I'm just like I'm good to go. All right, I have a question. This is just a really random question from one of our viewers, from Brooke Joe. He said, "Have you noticed that professional runners have facial hair? Like, do you guys have you guys noticed that? Or like they have like some like facial hair ritual or something like that?"
I don't think I've like paid attention to that.
I see.
I
How
didn't
about
I
you,
don't think I've
Isa?
ever noticed that.
I haven't seen any facial hair on Usain Bolt,
I
but
see.
I could be wrong. I haven't looked at his face like super close, but
I just remember. Fuck.
um,
God, you want to finish what you said?
no, I was just saying, like I haven't paid that much attention. Like, I don't, yeah, I don't pay attention that much. Sorry.
I see. Yeah, I just remember like we had one guy, Carson Bix from our high school, who was like fast as fuck. He just had like, I think it was like his head or something. Like he wouldn't cut his hair until he got a certain time. He wouldn't like shave his mustache until he like broke a certain time in the mile or something like that. Like, but I don't really do anything like
Oh,
that.
okay, yeah, I get it. So I feel like I've seen that too. I just thought about like facial hair, but when you say it like that, like people won't get like their hair done until they've like hit their PR or something. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
I feel that.
yeah, but I think
Oh.
like marathon runners, they're just like bald as fuck.
Well, I think like it's just gross. I just like,
Like growing it
think
out too
about
much?
it. It's just gross. You just need to shave it off, man. It's like, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I did notice this. Like, there's some guy on the Team USA team. Like, we call him Lumberjack guy. He has like a huge ass beard, man. Call him Lumberjack guy. So yeah, I guess is there like I guess there's some science behind it, right? Like with facial hair and
I don't know.
running, like is it like absorbs more sweat? I believe I believe so,
Maybe.
but it just seems really gross. I'm gonna be honest with you, but yeah.
All right. This is just gonna be like a random question from left field, cause there's probably gonna be like more female runners joining our club next year. But like for Natalia and Sam, like for any girls that feel intimidated by joining the running club, like what do you think is like what do you think some good advice for them? Like if they feel intimidated, like maybe they don't click with one of our female members the first day. Like what has worked for you to feel comfortable in the running club?
For me, when I first joined the running club, I kind of just joined because I feel weird if I don't run because it's something that I did in high school. So like I don't know, it's just something that I like to do to like it's just like part of me. I feel like. So when I joined, I kind of just naturally just kind of made friends with people in the running club because they have the same interests. So I would just say like do what you're comfortable with. Like if you are run at a slower pace, just like try to make friends with people who also run your pace.
Yeah.
And I think just keep going, and I think you'll just keep making friends that way.
Yeah, some people they like push themselves way too hard on that first day, and then they come walking back, and they're like, "No, I don't think I'm never coming back." But like, you just
Get
gotta
that a lot.
run your pace, and then like,
Yeah.
we'll have an officer that like runs with you too. So how about you, Sam?
For me, when I first kind of came to practice, it was of course to like continue running, especially after high school, because I still wanted to keep myself in shape and make sure I continue doing what I love. And when I first came by, I think there was like maybe 3 or 4 girls there that day. I can't really remember, and of course it was mostly a lot of guys there too. But I just tried making small talk with just everyone in general, even if it's the first day, like try slowly small talking with people, and then it's like starting from the bottom, and then you slowly get to know all the other members of the club, male or female, and then slowly you start making the connections and being friends with them. And not only that, but also the more you've come to practice, like the more you started improving on your running abilities as well.
Yeah,
I think that would be
it
good.
just
Just
becomes like a whole
like have
thing.
little conversations with like some people, like maybe 2 to 3, just to get to know them and know like who's the officer, who else is interested in club and why. And then for the more you show up, and then eventually you'll soon know everyone in the club.
That's true.
Yeah. I would say I was nervous at first to join, and I was like a little intimidated, but I just like kept going, and I kind of just like got used to it and got comfortable that way.
Yeah,
It
because
goes back to the friend stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
all those three, right? In the beginning, is obviously we don't really know each other, right? But
Yeah.
like,
yeah, I remember freshman year, like it was like we were joining their friend group. Remember, like I remember we clicked kind of early, and we like hung out with like Natalia pretty early, but like it took us a while to like become friends with Brandon and like Parker and just like get into that group. You know what I mean?
definitely.
But how about like you're not a girl, but how about you, Issa? Like, what do you think?
It's not a girl, yes, clearly.
What do you think? Like, do you think like you were? Is there like something that helped you become more comfortable in the club? Like,
Well, I almost have like the same like story where like for me, running is a big part of my life. Like if I don't do like some sort of physical activity, like I just feel kind of like lazy and I don't feel like motivated at all. And like I was always trying to look for like some type of running club before coming to college. Like when I came here, I really sought like a club and like just like I don't know, the connections like I saw there were pretty good. So I mean, for me, it was like it wasn't hard to win me over. Is what I'm trying to say. Like I was, I was
you're a
gonna
guy.
be there no matter what. But you know, for a person who like is like coming in, I would say it's also pretty easy because we're pretty chill. Like we're not like intimidating. We're not like super fast or anything like that. We're pretty inviting. We just look like regular people.
We don't bite.
Yeah, we don't bite.
But like, yeah, the point is here is that like everyone who joins running club, honestly, like the reason why I stay is because all the friendship, the development, everything, to be honest with you. And like I feel like I wouldn't be like my brand wouldn't be as great if I didn't join this amazing organization. And definitely it starts off kind of like dipping your toes in the water, trying to see what's going on, right? Like everyone is like that. And slowly growing to love running club, right? And I think all of you guys touched upon how like, oh, it's all about the friends that we made here, right? And how like it's really a small like a family, right? And we're all here, and
Yeah,
we're
like,
all here.
sometimes like the
Accountable.
reason you join doesn't end up being the reason you stay. Like I feel like I
Yeah.
joined for
Yeah.
like the physical, like I'm on to stay, like get away from the freshman 15, make a couple friends, whatever. But like when I stay, like I'm staying and I'm joined because like I just have a passion for this now. Like it's just grown over time.
All right.
So,
So
yeah,
we
we're-
are almost time, and I just want to say like any last words for all you guys before
Yeah,
we
just,
go.
like one quick tip from each of you guys. Like Natalia, you can go first.
Let me think. I would say if you feel like intimidated about joining, like you shouldn't be, because a lot of us are really friendly and it's a really welcoming group, I would say. And yeah, just like come out here and like keep coming, and I'm pretty sure like you'll end up liking it.
That's a good one. All right, how about you, Sam?
Just try to get to know each and every one of us little by little, one at a time, and I'm sure you'll find like some common interests you have, and then just enjoy something I'm sure you guys will love doing in the end. Like say you're not interested in running at first, but then you meet like two people who share like similar hobbies or interests, and then you start showing up because you enjoy talking to them, and eventually you start opening up more to other people, and you now have like your own different passions together as a whole. Yeah.
Yeah, you might find someone in the same major or something like on the first day. You
Maybe
never know.
something like that.
That's what happened to us.
Yeah, we were like having the same classes. That's how we actually grew. Honestly, this is such a big place to network, right? So, and especially with the same background, we click automatically, right?
Oh, also, oh, sorry. What are
Go
you?
ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, if you think it's just like certain types of people, it's like literally the running club is like a mix of people. There's like biology majors, art majors, psychology majors. It's like not just like one.
We're the only two businesses on the opposite
Yeah.
team. We were saying that yesterday. And like we got media culture studies, Sam, Issa, psychology, and then Natalia, biology, right? So everyone comes from different backgrounds. It's very diverse, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
So, very diverse group.
All right, you got one quick tip, I say, before we go?
Yeah, I would say like when I joined, like one thing I did was try to like find that one person I clicked with, and then like if you can find like at least one person you click with, then they'll have a person they click with, and then it's just like this whole like you'll find one person, then they'll lead you to another, and then eventually you're just friends with everyone because everybody has the same interests. And like we're not the type of club, because I've been in clubs where like they've clicked up before, like in well, I don't want to say other clubs, but I've been in other clubs where people have like their own cliques, but we're just all one big clique. We all click together. So that's what I love about it. So tip, just meet one person, and then from there it should like make your whole experience.
Yeah, definitely networking part, right? Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for all of you guys being here. I really appreciate your time being here. For our viewers, remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. We drop a video every Monday. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that like button. Also, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Running Club at UCR.
And this week, we'll probably have 2 podcasts.
Ooh, just to finish, right? So yeah, we'll have 2 podcasts.
All right.
Thank you so much, everyone. I hope everyone enjoys their day. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Peace.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.